shining a light on amazing human beings, and so is People magazine. That's why they're releasing their first special kindness issue on Friday, which I love. We have the editor-in-chief of People, Dan Wakeford, here, along with one of the amazing women featured in this special edition, Stephanie Bowman. Y'all give it up for her. But Patricia, I heard you actually worked for People magazine.
In the 80s in New York, I ran the Xerox machine at People magazine for
about...
That was one of my survival games.
Were we kind to you?
Yes, very kind. In fact, I did a play while I was there, and everybody at People came and saw me in the play. Yes.
Oh, that's so nice. Get it, People.
Yeah.
The kindness issue started way back then. I like it.
Yes.
So what inspired you, though, Dan, what inspired y'all at People to come out with this kindness, this special kind of issue?
Because I came editor-in-chief 7 months ago, and I thought, how can I do some good with People magazine? And one of the many initiatives we launched was the kindness issue. I just felt in the world at the moment, it's very divisive, and people are lost in each other's phones, and it can create mean behavior sometimes and antisocial behavior. It does, and I just think we need to slow down, focus, work out what we have in common with each other. Everybody's got a problem behind the scenes, and to treat each other with kindness.
Yes.
So we created an issue. We have Chip and Joanna on the cover of the issue.
I love Chip and Joanna, guys! That's some more Texas in there.
And they're talking about their kindness initiative, where they're encouraging people to be kind. We have a new writer for People magazine, not Patricia. She's not coming back. We have got none other than Julia Roberts, who's writing for the magazine.
What?
She is celebrating...
What?
She's surprising somebody and celebrating the kindest person in her life. You have to buy the magazine. I can tell you, it's her sister, and she doesn't know.
Oh my God, I'll cry right now.
We're interviewing Mr. Rogers' wife, Joanne Rogers, who's telling us what she's learned from living a life of kindness with her husband. And it's really special. We're also launching our Kindness Awards, where we're celebrating regular folks who have gone above and beyond and spread kindness in their world. And one of these is Stephanie.
I love it. At one time in your life, you were really struggling, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I think that's an understatement since reading your story, but yes.
Yeah, and I tell you, I came from an amazing, loving family. At 15 years old, something very tragic happened, and I was raped and got pregnant, and thank you, had an abortion. And if I would have gone to my family and friends and told them about it, they would have just loved me and helped heal the hurt. But instead, I went to a very dark place, and I was in and out of addictions for the next 17 years.
But you had a life-changing moment, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I ended up homeless. I had 2 children. They were almost 6 years old and 5 months old. And we were homeless for a couple weeks and leaving the domestic violence. And I was putting my kids in a dumpster, putting my oldest daughter in a dumpster. And a woman came out from the restaurant that we were behind, and she was screaming at me. And I thought that I was just in trouble, and quickly trying to get my daughter out of the dumpster. And she said, stop. She said, let me make sure that you have food. And so for the next, while we were homeless, she made sure at 6 o'clock there was food out in the back of the restaurant for us.
And that's so, isn't it interesting that one decision that she did, she could have screamed. She could have been like, get out of here, we don't want this around here. She could have done that, which wouldn't have been kind, but she could have done that. People do that all the time, which is why you're expecting it. But then it totally helped change your life on the path back to where you are now. That's amazing. So when did you get sober?
So 1999. My children, while we were homeless, my children ended up in foster care. They were in for about 8 months, and I went to treatment and learned how to live my life very, very differently. Had amazing people in my life that just really helped to instill the being kind to others. And
being kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Life is what we make of it, and it's the people that we put around us to help keep us filled up, so that we, in return, can stay filled up. And to give
You are
back.
such a powerful being.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So how has One Heart for Women and Children evolved since you started it?
So I started it 10 years ago, and really I started it because I didn't want moms to have to be putting their kids in dumpsters, or kids to really have to go through that traumatic experience. So we started with helping just 52 kids at Christmas time, and it was absolutely amazing that it was 52 children that didn't have Christmas that year, and here we are 10 years later, and we're helping over 1,000 children each Christmas. But
That's really beautiful. I'm just in awe of you, Stephanie. Wow. So how did you get involved with doing the kindness issue? How did you get involved?
Well, one of our editors met her and didn't realize all of what she'd been through, and they were just dumbstruck by her personality and her positivity. And then they found out about her story, and then said, we've got to cover this. And we were just bowled over by the fact that one act of kindness helped her, and that this spread, and that how much good she's done, and she's been to hell and back, how kind she is to other people, and spreading that joy and celebrating that. And we're People Magazine's giving $1,000 to every single participant so that they can help continue spreading their kindness.
That's really good. In 2016, Stephanie and the organization stepped up to help the victims of one of the deadliest shootings in the U.S. at Pulse Nightclub in Orlando. How did you get involved in that shooting? Like, how did that come about?
very quickly, when we find out that there's been something traumatic that's happened in our community, we are feet on the ground. And so my volunteers and I, it was a Sunday, volunteers and I, we went out, we were going to give blood. And there were too many people in line. They said, you know, I'm sorry, we've cut it out. You know, we've cut everybody out at this space right here.
That's a good thing, though.
Absolutely, it was
Yeah.
amazing. So we were like, okay, well, what else can we do? So we went back to One Heart and grabbed bottles of Gatorade and water and snacks and just started passing them out. And so we started hearing some stories of people that needed help.
Yeah.
And so we put it out on social media that we knew some people that wanted to have their family flown in. And we
they
raised
couldn't afford.
No, so we raised a lot of money. We raised, well, I say a lot of money. We raised $78,000.
That's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Well, Stephanie doesn't know this yet, but we have one of the women who fled Pulse Nightclub during the attack. She says Stephanie is an answer to her prayers. Passion, come on out here. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. I love this. We'll just play musical chairs. So, hi, Passion. First of all, you look beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. I try.
So, oh God, first of all, how did you get to safety on the night of the shooting?
Well, we were all hiding because we heard the bullets going. So when we saw the exit door open, I saw a QI to run. I ran out, running over bodies, whatever I could to get out. And that was it. That was how I got out. However, before then, I had to measure the time from when the shooting was going on with the bullets. The echoing of the bullets is what gave me time to run from behind the bar
When he was
to the
reloading.
stage. When he was reloading, I had about 5 seconds, and I had to get out. So I made it for the run when there was a lady sitting at the exit door, and she was holding it. She said there were fireworks, and they clearly weren't fireworks, but I got out. And I got out and I ran behind, I was in the parking lot and I ran behind the valet podium where they hold the keys and ran behind that, and I stood behind that until I seen the first police officer come. There was 3 others that were with me. We made it safe. We all made it safe.
And just like, I mean, so how did you end up running into Stephanie?
So the day of Pulse, that Saturday, my refrigerator went out in my house. So went out that night, Pulse happened, went to a vigil Monday, and at the vigil I met a volunteer that worked at One Heart Foundation, and she said, here's Stephanie's number. You know, her and I talked there at the vigil. She said, here's Stephanie's number. She's a dear friend. She'll help you with anything you need. And I held on to that number, and I think I messaged you on Facebook, like in the middle of the night or something, and she immediately responded back in the morning, and she was like, please come down to the pantry and whatever. Her daughter, Amber, and now husband, right, came to my house with a refrigerator. I never had met her. This lady has so much heart. You guys don't even understand. Like, she got me out of a place right after Pulse. She was the light at the end of the tunnel for me, because it could have gone downhill really fast for me. And thank you. I love you so much.
whole story is, I mean, both of your stories individually, and then them coming together, and you helping each other. Sorry. I feel like it's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fine.
I will not stop talking until you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's right, and I can talk a lot. Seriously, not gonna stop. Yep, still here, not going anywhere. I see you. Don't walk away from this.